Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for attending our Exploring Dream Vacations. Tonight, we have an incredible host, Miss Kathy Liu from Crystal Cruise Lines. If you've never known that there's an all-inclusive cruise line and total luxury, well, you will tonight. This is one of the best experiences I think that you're going to have learning about this cruise line and what they have to offer. My name is Jennifer Garris. I am the president and travel agent here with Travel Pros. I'm located in Norfolk, Virginia. We have Miss Glenda here, Miss Glenda Stevens, a dynamite travel agent that is right there on your side. We partner on all the reservations, so you're not getting just one travel agent, but you get two. If you're located anywhere in the United States, we can help you. You can just call our number or email us. And like I said, you get tag teamed by two great agents. And right now, I'm going to turn everything over to Kathy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. I know this is not something you want to, sit around on a Thursday evening. I'm sure a lot of us would like to have a cocktail in hand, and I hope you guys do. Thank you, Jennifer and Glenda, for setting this up and inviting Crystal Cruises to be here to present to your client, to your distinguished clients. So tonight I'll be talking about Crystal Cruises and realistically the world of Crystal. Crystal actually started about 31 years ago, almost 31 years ago. And we were just a simple cruise line. And I'm trying to get here we are. We're just a small little cruise line operating with two ships. And in the last 6 years, we've grown to airplanes, river ships, and we even have a brand new expedition ship out that just launched this July. So it's really exciting. And what I'm going to talk about are all the water-going vessels. Because those are the things that I think is the most attractive. Of course, the airplanes are attractive too, but those are only available for charter. But I'm going to speak about our Crystal Symphony, Crystal Serenity, our Rhine-class ships on the river, Mozart, and of course, Crystal Endeavor, which is our expedition ship. Crystal was actually built based on these pillars right here: service, space, quality, choice, and destination. And because of these pillars, these 5 pillars that was really the DNA of Crystal, we have won through Condé Nast Traveler Reader's Choice Award for 26 years. Now, when the start of this meeting, or this presentation a few minutes ago, I said we've been in business for 31 years, and for 26 years, we've won Condé Nast. So it's a really tough feat to stay number one, right? It's one thing if you have the bright, shiny object, and of course that's easy to win, but it's really hard to stay number one, and I feel like we've done that. We have the secret sauce for Crystal, and realistically, it's our crew members on board. And once you're on, it's phenomenal. I've been with Crystal for 13 years now, and it's really hard for me to consider any other cruise line, because once you get on board, it's like your home. It's absolutely beautiful. So tonight we're going to talk about 3 ways to sail. I'm going to just dive into each little segment here with videos and just to give you an idea of what you can expect on Crystal. And first, we're going to start with Crystal Cruises, our 2 beautiful ships, Crystal Symphony and Crystal Serenity. And here we have a quick video. And if you don't mind, Jennifer, if once I play this, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music, okay? Thank you. So back in 2017 and 18, we underwent what we call the reimagination. And typically when a ship comes out of service into dry dock for maintenance, whether it's reupholstering or maintenance or whatever the case is, we usually take them out every other year for about 2 weeks. In this case, Crystal Symphony went out into dry dock for a month and a half. And what we did was we took a lot of our veranda spaces, converted them into Seabreeze penthouse and penthouse suites, and which is what you saw in those the nice modern looks of things. And basically what we did was we reduced the size of guests. So originally the vessel, this vessel used to carry 960 guests. We've reduced her to 848. Most cruise lines cut the ships in half, stretch it to put more guests on. We are taking guests off without affecting crew members. And because of COVID, we've reduced the count even further. So it's now 800. So if you think about it, it's an 800 capacity on a almost $1,000 guest count capacity. And you just think about all that space that you have there. And it's actually fantastic. It's a mid-sized ship with a small ship feel, but large ship space, if that makes any sense. And then with Crystal Serenity, here she is, we did the same thing. She underwent her reimagination for a month long in 2018, and we've reduced her to 900. Originally, she was just under 1,100 guest count, reimagined to 980, and because of COVID restrictions, we've reduced her further to 900. And you're probably wondering, okay, this is great, all this space, what do I do? Well, we have an all-inclusive list for you. Open bars and lounges, Michelin-inspired cuisine, specialty dining, which includes Prego, which is our Northern Italian restaurant, and of course, Umi Uma, which is by Chef Nobu Matsuhisa. We have enrichment programs, nightly entertainment, unlimited Wi-Fi, and prepaid gratuities, just to name a few. If you're anything like me, I love food. So we have up to 11 dining venues on our ships here. Marketplace Churrascaria, which is a Brazilian barbecue at night. Silk Kitchen and Bar is Asian fusion restaurant that dine under the stars. Trident Grill's great. You get your Wagyu burgers, salads, things like that after your shore excursions. Bistro is one of my other favorite places. It's like a Parisian cafe. You just walk up, say, hey, I want a caramel macchiato, whatever it is, and they'll just bring it right up to you. Waterside is our main dining room. Supper Club is only on Crystal Serenity, and it only happens when we have our black tie optional nights. And I have to tell you the truth, I have not been able to experience this because I'm an employee, so we always get bumped off the list because this one is in real high demand. People just come out of there, and I ask all the time, how is it like? What is it? How do you experience it? All this stuff. And what I keep hearing is that it has this Rat Pack vibe, very old world Vegas, and it's really cool. You get a dinner and a show, and it's supposed to be fantastic. I hope one day I get to experience this, but maybe you will before me. We have Umi Uma, like I said, and Sushi Bar. That's by Chef Nobu Matsuhisa. If you know Chef Nobu, he's world renowned. And if you go to any Nobu restaurant, you're going to get maybe, I don't know, a cocktail and a California roll and maybe an entree, and you're rolling out of there $500, out of pocket. Here it is complimentary. And it's all you can eat. So it's really fantastic. Prego, like I said, is our Italian restaurant. We have the vintage room and, of course, our 24-hour room service. Now, one thing with the 24-hour room service, you're probably thinking, oh, it's going to be cold sandwich and maybe some like tepid soup. It's not like that at all. You get your steaks, your pastas, your pizzas and things like that. But that's just the 24-hour room service. At night, if you ever need to have like a night in where you just don't want to be with people, and I've done that with my family before, I just need a break from them, I would call and they would bring up waterside menu. You can just order your food that would be served in the dining room in your own stateroom or suite, and you can even have it in your veranda, and it's beautiful, especially when there's like a longer daylight savings time and all that stuff, and it's just gorgeous out, and that's what I love to do on my own sometimes. All right. So we also have the highest, here we are. Enrichment and all of cruising. Again, multiple bars and lounges. We have a casino hosted by Resorts World at Sea. We have spas. We have creative learning institutes, bridge, magicians, golf pros on our ships on every voyage, so that you can go and play and enjoy the day. So it's not a boring cruise. It's actually really, really exciting. So what I have here is our Bahamas escape. So Crystal Serenity will be cruising, or she's currently cruising a round trip from either Nassau, from Bimini, or from Miami for 7 nights to Bahamas, okay? And what's great is that her fares start from just $1,999 per guest. You get $125 shipboard credit, so you can use that for whatever you like, whether you want to use it for a spa, for shopping, for, I don't know, casinos. You can use it for that. If you are a former Crystal cruiser, you get the discount. If you're new to Crystal, you get a discount. And on top of that, there's a reduced deposit. So there's just so much more added value in this, and these are just incredible offers here. If a 7-night is a little too long and you just want to just dip your toes, we have a 4-night cruise. That's a round trip Miami to Bimini, San Salvador, and Great Exuma. Great Exuma is where you can go and swim with pigs, pardon me. And fares start at just $11.99 per person. Okay. Now, Crystal Symphony is a little bit more exciting, I feel. She is currently cruising to and from New York to Bermuda, from New York to Bermuda and back for 7 nights. So between now until November 19th, she is doing a 7-night cruise. And I love this vessel. I tend to find that whatever ship you hop on first tends to be your favorite. And this was my favorite. She's my first one at Crystal, so she's my baby. But very similarly to our Bahamas escapes, fares start at just $2,099 per guest with $1,000 book now savings, $125 as you wish shipboard credit, and additional discounts as you go. Okay. But on top of that, we have a limited time veranda offer. So basically, you're paying ocean view prices and you're automatically upgraded to a veranda. And these fares are incredible. They're starting at $1,449 per person. Now, I have been with Crystal for over 13 years. I have never seen fares this low before. So if you're even considering it just a hair, I just go for it, because you're never going to find fares like this again. I can almost guarantee it. I know that come 2022 in April, fares are just going to skyrocket again. So just give Crystal a try now. And we have a lot of voyages for you to consider. And here are just some for you to look at. We've got New York to Nassau, November 26th. We have Miami to San Juan. So in case you're thinking of the Key West, maybe this might be another one, right? Okay. We have San Juan to Miami. And if you want, you could do a back-to-back and have a 14 nights. So you could do a round trip Miami if you like. We also have a round trip Miami here as well. Okay. Just curious, does anybody have any questions on our ocean voyages before I move on? No? Okay. So, oh, yes. Hi, Tracy.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can, yes, go ahead.
I see you showing the ones from Miami to, okay, we'll say this January one, you got a Miami to Miami. Does that mean we got to get to Miami in
Correct.
order to get in it?
Yes.
So do you have any leave? Where are y'all at?
Well, unlike most cruise lines, like you're thinking Carnival and Royal and Princess, they have 100 ships in their fleet. So they have ships dedicated just in Miami, just in Fort Lauderdale, just in Alaska. Crystal, what you just saw here, I don't know, I think you popped in late. We only have 2 ships, and typically they are constantly navigating the globe. So our headquarters office is in Miami, but just for now, we are staying close to home so that we can introduce you to Crystal with these close to home fares, voyages, forgive me. Okay. But yes, you have to fly to Miami to catch the vessel. And let me just go back one. Say it's San Juan to Miami, same thing. You'd have to fly to San Juan, and then the ship will drop you off in Miami and you can fly home from there. Okay. So I'm going to move on to our Crystal Expedition cruises. She just launched this year. I mean, because of COVID, she should have launched last year in August, just at the end of our Summer Olympics. But unfortunately, because of COVID, everything has been pushed back. The ship was built. She's beautiful. She holds a capacity of 200 guests. And why I have 199 there is because when she goes to the Antarctica, vessels that hold 199 and lower are considered in this like tier A or tier 1 group where you can see these really cool remote landing sites, whereas a larger vessel will have a not so premium spot. So when it comes to the Antarctica, we always cap it at 199. But look at this, onboard staff, 206 guests to 206 staff members to 200 guests. I don't know of any other cruise line that has more staff than guests on their ship. And this is where we are at Crystal here, a 1-to-1 ratio. 22 of the 206 crew members will be designated destination leaders. And every cruise might be a little bit different. So from one could be a round trip Japan, so it's a more cultural cruise, and then the following cruise might be a little bit more adventurous. We're always going to tailor our destination leaders to that, so that way you can experience the best that's out there. Okay. So on this, we have an all-inclusive of open bars and lounges, Michelin-inspired cuisines. We have Prego. We've got Uma. Select shore excursions are also included. Water toys are also included. And why I have a little asterisk there is because we even have a submersible, so you can cruise underwater. Because let's face it, unless you are in the Navy or you're a scuba diver, chances are we're not going to be able to cruise underwater, especially say in Australia, going to see the Great Barrier Reef. We can submerge and go under and just check things out that way. This vessel also has a butler service for every suite, unlimited Wi-Fi, and again, prepaid gratuities are all included here. All right. On this vessel, we have up to 8 dining venues, the bistro, marketplace, waterside. These are all very similar to what the ocean ships had, just in a slightly smaller capacity, so up to 8. But you're going to find all the same great food that you're gonna have on board here. And it's fantastic. I was on for one evening, and I don't know if you guys know, I broke my ankle while in Iceland, and I'm fidgeting here because I have my crutches. But nevertheless, I did have one really good evening, and it was just delicious on board. And here's a quick video to show you.
From the world's most awarded luxury cruise line comes the world's largest and most spacious luxury expedition yacht, Crystal Endeavour. Built to PC6 Polar Class specifications, with a sleek design and anchor-free dynamic positioning technology to explore the farthest reaches of Earth. From the Arctic to the Antarctic and faraway lands in between. With the largest butler-serviced veranda suites, each a private sanctuary with room to roam, and lavish comforts that welcome you after days spent exploring. Elegant settings featuring Crystal's acclaimed cuisine and welcoming hospitality. An expansive spa and generous social spaces not found on any other expedition ship. Perfect venues for sharing stories of adventure with your friends on board. Led by a team of expedition experts, Crystal Endeavour guests will experience immersive adventures, wilderness landings, and extreme discovery. Come explore lands that few have ever seen on intrepid, all-inclusive journeys that defy imagination. Come discover Crystal Yacht Expedition Cruises, where luxury roams freely. From the world.
So wasn't that exciting? I love this vessel, and I can't believe I've only got to stay on board one night. So I'm hoping to get back again, but it is just really, really incredible. You see all those things. We have LED lights that lights up a back wall in one of these large spaces, and we have a remote operated vehicle as well. Aside from the submersible, we have this little motorized thing that goes underwater. So in case there's a lot of marine life or anything like that, we can always send that under, and it just beams off onto the back wall, and it's incredible. This is a very high tech vessel that it was designed specifically for Crystal, but for expedition cruising. And there's just these sonars that it's anchor free. It has a spa, so you can get your nails done and your hair done if you want. Most expedition ships are older vessels that are converted into expedition vessels, where this one was built specifically for Crystal, for the travelers like yourself. So you can get a lot of value out of her there. Okay. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. So the next thing I have to talk about is our river cruising. So back in 2018, we introduced Crystal Mozart, and she was the largest river ship on the European waters until another company came out with theirs. But what's great is that ours is 120 guests and 95 crew members. Most other lines will carry about 100 and I don't know, 60, give or take on average. But what's the difference is this ship is twice the size, twice the width, in fact. Same length, but twice the width. So, and because of that, she can only cruise in the Danube because of the locks, but nevertheless, she is beautiful. And we do have, if you have any single travelers, or if you're a traveler that like to travel by yourself, or you want to go with a group of girlfriends, we even have dedicated suites for solos and with 0 single supplements. So that's a industry first here. That's unlimited time, so it's fantastic. And then we have our brand new ships. We have 4 vessels that were newly built. This is what we call our Rhine class. We have Crystal Bach, Crystal Debussy, Crystal Mahler, and Crystal Ravel. This is your quintessential river size with 106 guests, 68 crew members. And like I said, most cruise lines out there, river cruise lines out there, with this same size will have up to 190 guests. So just think about all that space you have. It's actually really, really incredible. Now our all-inclusive, very similar to before. We have open bars and lounges, Michelin-inspired cuisine, enrichment programs, nightly entertainment, because a lot of times most river lines don't have a program at night. We have select shore excursions included, embark, debark, airport transfers, butler service, unlimited Wi-Fi, and prepaid gratuities are all there.
Kathy.
Yes.
I think it's being tried to be fixed on the other side. We're not seeing the video.
Oh, there's no video yet.
I'm okay, so it is just us. Okay,
Oh,
sorry
okay.
about that.
Okay, I thought it was me.
No, and I feel bad like cutting in, but I was
It's okay.
you're so excited about the product, and I was
I
like,
love this. I love the product. That's why. But I don't know if there's a glitch. There's no video yet.
okay. We just want to make sure we weren't supposed to see something.
There will be a video very soon.
Okay, great.
Hang tight. Hang tight. All right. So
All right, thank
on
you.
our river ships here. Let me see if I can. Okay, on our river ships, we have up to 6 dining venues. Again, very similar to what you've seen before. And here comes a video. How's that? No?
No, we lost a presentation. We can't see anything.
Nothing, huh?
No.
Pause for a second. Let's try. How about now?
Okay, good.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. I'm going to try this video again. How's that? So what do you think about that? I mean, it's really, really exciting. I love the river vessel. When I first went on board, I was nervous because I'm like thinking, okay, I'm so used to ocean cruising. How will the size be affected? I mean, obviously it's a much smaller ship, but because of the space to guest ratio, it's really amazing. And it's all suite. Like I said, it's all suite, all butler service. I don't know if you noticed the windows go up and down like a car window. And it's because we realized that there's no need for a veranda or a balcony on a river ship, because when you're docked to the side and another ship comes up, you're butt up right against. You can actually give each other high fives. And so when that happens, then you lose that space because you're likely not going to be out on your veranda. You can actually just draw your drapes, and you have the largest suites out in the river water right now. So it's really cool. And what's amazing is that all three experiences that you just saw, the ocean, the river, the expedition, they're all operating right now. We're cruising, like you saw, we're going to Europe. We're going to the Crystal Endeavor is coming to Miami and then heading south. Crystal Symphony is cruising Bermuda, and Crystal Serenity is cruising Bahamas. We have a return to sail promotion, so it's an additional savings on top of everything else. So you can save up to $700 per person, or even $1,000 depending on the type of experience. But that's even on top of the incredible fares that you saw earlier. Now, and on top of that, because you're here with us tonight, we are offering Travel Pro an exclusive savings, so you can get up to $1,000 off your stateroom on any 2021 cruise if you book by October 15th. Okay, so that's really the quick spiel I have on Crystal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are on social media, so you can follow us, whether it's on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. There's a lot more videos than what I've shown you here, even a blog. So check us out there. But that's really all I have. So thank you.
I'm very excited about it. But I have a question. So,
Yes.
for instance, the cruise that goes out in February of 2022, the sale that's going on right now, if it's booked by October 15th, is that additional sale only for cruising this year, or?
The offer I have currently is for only 2021.
Okay.
I am waiting for, and this is just a glitch on our end, I am waiting for our 2022 flyers to come out, and that should be in the next couple of days. And once I have that, those voyages might be on there.
Wow.
So you might have additional savings on top of what you were doing. I just don't know what voyages are on the list and what are not, which ones are not. So I'd say just wait until I have that. But more than likely, I have a feeling it will be on there. So there'll be additional savings off.
And what capacity is your ships right now? Like, what's the occupancy level?
We have on Crystal Symphony up to 800 capacity, but she's cruising at about, I want to say 50 to 60%. Crystal Serenity holds 900 guests, and the upcoming voyage I looked is going to have about 700 guests. So it all depends on the destination, realistically. The rivers are quite full. Again, they only hold 106 guests, and they are pretty much sold out at this point. And then, of course, our expedition holds 200, and it really depends on where she goes. She doesn't have a consistent itinerary schedule. She goes from one to the next. So every voyage is a little different.
They and like for liquor and that sort of thing, what if somebody has something specific that they like to drink? Like I like Tito's.
Tito's is available, and that's all inclusive. So I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, if they say it's all inclusive, the vodka is probably pop off. No, we have Belvedere, we have Gray, we have Tito's. That's all inclusive. What we have that's on the connoisseur menu might be a Louis XIII cognac. That's very, very rare. Or I've had this, it's a Utopia Sam Adams beer, but it's not really a beer. And that one's it's a rare brew. But run of house top shelf liquor is going to be on there, and it is complimentary.
That's one of the big things, people will ask, it's like they always give me a hard time about all inclusives and is it worth it compared to not an all inclusive. And it's when you were mentioning, 26 years, you said number one,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to think about the typical commercials you see on TV. This is nothing like that.
Yeah,
So that's why
Crystal on commercial, and that's the reason.
No,
There's
and people only know about it once they know about it. You know what I mean? And it's been my dream to go on a crystal ship for 25 years now. I have not been. And I know it's horrible. And my birthday is March 14th. And I'm thinking I need to go from Miami to San Juan or San Juan to Miami because I typically couldn't afford a cruise, more expensive. And if I can go on it now and live, I probably would never even go on a different cruise line ever again. And I would save just so I can go. Your itineraries, because you have a smaller ship, are more intimate. You don't go in just to the regular ports that these large cruise lines go into. So the Asia market is really where I want to go. So I'm hoping I can graduate to that one day, and especially the Mediterranean.
Those are very popular destinations. And to be quite honest, Southeast Asia was one of the cruises that I went on that just completely blew my mind. And then also on Netflix, there's a series called Street Foods, and it showcased all of those things. And we went to all those destinations unbelievably. I mean, it was incredible. But one of the best things about an all-inclusive cruise, whether it's on Crystal or another line, it is worth it. You're not nickeled and dimed. One of my biggest pet peeves is, okay, first of all, you're on an ocean cruise surrounded by water. Why do I have to pay for a bottle of water? That just grinds my gears. On Crystal, we're going to ask you if you want sparkling or still. And we have a mini bar in every stateroom and suite, and it's going to get restocked, and it's all there for you. So we try to make things as easy and as freeing as possible on Crystal. And again, and the reason why we keep winning those awards is because again and again, it's not me, it's not my colleague Jeanette or my colleague Meg, it's the crew members on board. I mean, we're just here to help facilitate it, but they're the ones that actually make it happen. And what I love is one of my first cruises, a year and a half before, I went on for a ship tour. Ship tours are only 30 minutes long. We were off. A year and a half later, I get on board. It happens to be the same ship. One gentleman runs up to me. He goes, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I forgot your name, but I know you like ginger ale. I mean, I was only there for half an hour and he remembered that I like ginger ale. So it's just little things like that. And that's what you're going to get on Crystal. That's just my personal story. I can't wait to hear about yours once you get on. But I hope to welcome you all on board one day.
Well, what a great presentation. And I can't wait to get this uploaded and sent out to the folks and let them know. And I can't wait to see what your new promotions are going to be. This is definitely something that, we need to let people know because it's not always in Florida either. And
Exactly.
that's another big thing. So if you're not really into flying, this is a perfect port. I do know that you guys had a cruise that stopped in Norfolk a couple of times because we have our shipyard here. But you would go up from the Canada northern area down to Miami, and it's like a one-way, because it's on to its next destination. So we need to fill these ships while they're here because it's not going to be here long.
And take advantage because then you're also saving on the airfare, right? It's a short, close to home flight. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, so you'd have to fly across the globe for a destination. And then when you're ready to go experience, whether it's the Mediterranean or Asia or Australia, then you can make that jump when you're ready and when we're there. But right now, yes, a lot of our vessels are close. And, let's face it, it's also COVID. We had Canada, New England. Of course, we had to cancel it because Canadian borders are closed. So we had to alternate and pivot. And this is what we're doing right now. So again, I do recommend that if you can go for it. I can almost guarantee that you're not going to be disappointed at all.
I agree. All right. Well, I guess we can close this evening. And if you have any questions, you can definitely email us at info@gotravelpros.com. Like I said in the beginning, you have both me and Glenda. We work with everybody together. And so if you call in and I don't answer, then you will get Glenda. But we communicate like nonstop all day. So it's no problem at all. Our phone number is 757-425-3737. And each week, join us because we try to hit different destinations, different companies, tour operators, as well as tourist boards. I think we have Aruba coming up here in the next couple of weeks, which is pretty exciting. One happy vacation. So tell your friends and family. Let's make this a group thing. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.